Dear students, today the topic of our lesson is object and its types. The learning objectives of today's lesson: to enable the students to define object and its types, to differentiate between the direct object and indirect object, and to identify all kinds of objects in sentences. The definition of object. An object is a noun or pronoun that is governed by a verb or a preposition. There are three types of objects: direct object, indirect object, and object of a preposition. Dear students, before going into details, we should discuss the objective pronouns. In singular form, these pronouns would be me, you, him, her, and it. In plural form, they would be us, you, and them. Him, her, and it, their plural form is them. These pronouns are used as objects in sentences. These pronouns are used as objects in sentences. Direct object. A direct object in a sentence is directly acted upon by a subject, such as he ate an apple. A direct object answers the questions of who, whom, or what. Here I am giving you some examples in the table shown on this slide. The first one is Julie paints pictures. Now in this sentence, pictures is the object because the action of painting is performed on this word, on this object. He ate a mango. Here, a mango is an object. She read a storybook. A storybook is an object here because the action is performed on it. They played football. In the last sentence, football is the object and upon which an action is performed, the action of playing. Here I am going to give you some more explanation about direct object. Direct objects can be nouns, noun phrases, or pronouns. Here I am giving you some examples of pronouns. The first one is he disturbs me. In this sentence, me is the object. She thanked him. Him is the object in this sentence. They ate it. It is the object. We have to keep in mind 2 points. The first one is to find the verbs in the sentences. Here in these sentences we have these verbs: disturbs, thanked, and help. Point 2 is to ask what or who or whom for each verb. Now take the first example. He disturbs me. Disturbs whom? Disturbs me. Me is the object here because it answers the question which begins with whom. Now the second example is she thanked him. Thanked whom? Thanked him. Now him is the word, is the object which answers the question which begins with whom. Sentence 3 is they ate it. They ate what? Ate it. So it is the word which answers the question which begins with what? Indirect object. An indirect object in a sentence is the recipient of the action performed by the subject, such as she passed him the salt. An indirect object answers the question of to whom, for whom, or for what. For example, Max gifted him a watch. In the first example, she passed him the salt. Him is underlined. This is the indirect object. The direct object is the salt, because the salt is the thing which is given, and him is the word which is the recipient of the action. In the second example, Max gifted him a watch. In this one, him is the indirect object because it is the recipient of the action, and a watch is the direct object. This is the thing which is given to him. Here we have some more examples in the table. He gave me an apple. He is the subject, gave is the verb, and me is the indirect object. The thing which is given, that is apple. This is direct object. Smith bought her a ring. Her is an indirect object and a ring is direct object. She brought him a gift. The gift is direct and him is indirect object. Grandfather told them a story. Now the indirect object is them and story is the direct object. We have now the third type of object, that is object of preposition. The object of a preposition is the noun or a pronoun that follows the preposition in a sentence. The noun or pronoun governed or affected by a preposition is known as the object of a preposition. Prepositions are words like in, on, at, by, near, inside, outside, etc. Here I am giving you some examples in the table. He lives among us. Jessica hid behind the door. She went to the market. The bird flew from tree. Now in the first one, among is the preposition and its object is us. In the second one, behind is the preposition and the object is the door. In the third one, to is the preposition and the object is the market. In the fourth one, from is the preposition and tree is the object. Here on this slide, we have both objects, direct object and indirect object. But the preposition would always come with direct object. Look at the examples. He kept the books on the table. So, on is with the table, not with the books, because this is an indirect object. Jenny took ice cream out of the freezer. Out of what? Out of the freezer. So, out of is the preposition here, and the freezer is its object. She drove the car to the store. To the store is the object of the preposition to. Grandfather gave chocolate to the children. To whom? To the children. At the end of the lesson, I am giving you an assignment. Underline the object and name it. Sentence 1. Today we talked about John Keats. 2. Mike saw a glowing object beneath the sea. 3. I watched cars over the bridge. 4. Are those candies on the table for the kids? 5. The party was a surprise to me. 6. The waitress spilled juice on me. The last one, all of those murals were painted by him. Dear students, I hope that you would have learned the object and its types. If there is any ambiguity or any question in your mind, you must mention this in the comment section. Thank you very much. Goodbye.